back with another video for you. In this video, I changed the tail light on the 2009 Volkswagen Beetle. Let's just get to it. Okay, here I'm showing you that to do the job, I had a pocket screwdriver, snap-on. It could be anything to get underneath the light. You can use your trim tools if you got them, plastic trim tools. But right here, I'm showing you the clips that has to be, you have to pry out, and there's two up top that's underneath, and you have to pull down. After you pry that out, you have to pull down and pull the light out. Then to get the tail light off, you have to push in and twist maybe 90 degrees one way or the other to get the two bulbs out. It takes a little bit of pressure, but once you twist it, it comes out. You'll see how it is. I'm just checking the bulbs out there. There was no issue with the bulbs. And just showing you the light. I'm grabbing the new one to come around to put the two bulbs back in place. You have to put the two bulbs in place first. I had to pull out the protective covering that came with the light. You don't push through that. You pull that off. And once you get those two pieces of, as we'll call it, protective tape off, you will go ahead and stick your light back in its socket and twist. Pretty simple. It's only gonna go. You can't put the bottom on the top and top on the bottom. If you do, you gotta try real hard to do it, and you'll know it'll be wrong. But once you line up, you look at the light, line up the footprint, and once you put it in, you twist it, lock it into place. And once those two lights are locked in place, you will go ahead and orientate your light where your screw that lines up with the hole on the inside of your trunk. Make sure your rubber gasket is in place. And during this whole entire job, that's the most tedious, because every time you go down to align it, the little rubber gasket will pop off or to get distorted and wouldn't go in. Right there, I'm stretching out that bolt that's on what would look like an accordion. I'm stretching that so that whenever I put the light back in position, it reaches and that screw goes through the hole or the inside of the trunk. And that was the part that I left off. I started the video, trunk up, getting ready to get the light out. I had already took the side cover off, found the wing nut that's in the upper right corner, right there. That little wing nut is in there. You have to screw it off to be able to pry out on the light. And that accordion screw clip in there, that's for, let's say I had to change the light bulb out and didn't want to take the whole kit caboodle apart. That's where you can pry out on that light. It'll give you enough flex to twist, replace whichever bulb needed to be replaced, and go back in place. I found with that, I just take the whole light out like I had it, like I'm going to replace the whole thing and change out the bulb. And normally I tell clients, when you do one bulb, you might as well do the other. It's already out. Don't cost that much cost difference. But like I said, you line everything up there, and then you put your wing nut on. And what I was doing with that was I didn't have the light pressed in me just yet. I had it up there, and I had a nut through there, and I was going to screw that in so that the light, per se, wouldn't fall out or try to hold it in position. But think right there what it was, I didn't have enough of the bolt sticking through to get the wing nuts, wing nut started on it. So what I did was I pulled on it, made sure it was in the hole, and now I'm finna set it up, and like I said, you can see every time you move it, the little rubber gasket on the outside would move, distort. You got to try to get it, put it all back in place, and keep it keep it around the light all the way. And like I said, that was the most cumbersome part of the job, was keeping that rubber around the outer edge of that light in the right spot. And there, like I said, I'm lining it up, making sure I got everything aligned, sliding it up on the slots. And now you got to give a good firm push to get that light to go into its, to get those clips to go underneath the framing of the vehicle. No, I said it's tedious, little tedious work trying to get it all lined up in the right places, and the rubber gasket. Just got to stay with it. Make sure everything is always aligned. And the biggest thing is you don't want to break those clips, because that's what's actually going to hold the light in place and tight. You know what I mean? Then right there, once again, checking the rubber, making sure that rubber is around in the right spots, lining up the two clips up top, pushing up or towards the front of the vehicle to keep it up in place, and now keeping the rubber, trying to push it in its proper slot right there. Here in a minute, you'll see me grab the pocket screwdriver, and what I did was press down on the metal part of that little clip or the little tab. Just press down a little bit to get it started under there, and once you get that started under there, boom, it pops right into place. Like I say, you're trying to keep from damaging something, and you saw where it felt like it went into place, and now I'm just trying to fish the little rubber gasket back in its right position there. And once you get it popped in there, you go ahead and get your take your wing nut and go ahead and get it started on there and get it tightened down. And once that's tightened down, you're almost done with the job. Is almost done. Like I say, you reach in there, you'll know exactly what you're feeling for, what you're doing. You just tighten it up good and tight. And to that, you replace that tail light. No issues. Everything will look good. Just look at, give it a once over. And like I said, the hardest part of the job was keeping the rubber gasket and getting it lined up in the right spot. See, I just ran the pocket screwdriver around it a couple times to make sure that the rubber gasket is out. And once again, you don't want to scratch the client's vehicle. You can use trim tools and whatnot, but like I said, I was very careful in that.